improving. I'm on the right track, so that's pretty good.
It may seem like an obvious question, but how much more were you able to learn last year, actually getting as much playing time as you did versus the year before, where you didn't really get as much game action?
I'll say really like my improvement came from basically just like sitting back watching the guys in front of me. Like I said, like before in previous interviews, it's just like the relationship I had with Broderick, of course, Jamari, Warren, all those guys, just on watching them and them teaching me the things that I know now that allowed me to grow in a lot of areas on and off the field. So,
where did you grow the most? Grow the most last year?
Last year I grew the most mentally. I mean, you can look at me kind of and tell like, pretty physical guy, but mental was football is 90% mental, 10% physical in my opinion. So I had to grow more mentally than physically.
What were the nerves like going into that Peach Bowl, knowing that you were going to start and going up there against Ohio State?
You'd be surprised. It wasn't really like me being nervous. It was just more of like, okay, I know what I got to do. I just got to go out and execute. So.
Yeah, Kirby was talking about the tackle position and how last year you kind of had Warren that could flip-flop, play both sides in like a three-man rotation. What's your role in that? I mean, are you doing anything on the left, playing mainly right? How's it working out for you this spring?
As of right now, I feel like not only me, it's just like everybody's in a little rotation right now. We still got that same rotation going, and that's all I can say about it. We still got rotation going. It's going pretty good.
You talked about it a little bit last year, but how big was Warren in helping you along, and how helpful do you feel like he was and where you are this spring?
One thing I will say, without Warren, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Like I said, he helped me grow mentally and physically. So when he was out, he wasn't really out. So he was beside me, film, on the field. He'll like bring me to the side. Man, you did this wrong. This is how you can get better. So that right there helped me a lot.
Any new challenges for you with a different offensive coordinator, different offense? Anything new for you?
No, sir. Just going in every day, just trusting whoever, no matter who the OC is. Just listen to what they say. And like I said, I got faith in whoever running the offense. That leads us back to what we did last year, in my opinion.
Do you feel like you're taking on like a different role, a bigger role, knowing that at least on the surface it looks like you're going to be one of those guys sliding into one of those tackle spots? Does it feel different for you this spring?
No, sir. Like I said, I don't mature more mentally now. It's just I feel like now I just got to go out there and do what I'm capable of doing. And now the time's come. Like I feel like it's time for my time. Like I feel like I can go out there and they depended on me, and I feel like I can do it.
How do you feel like this entire offensive line has come along to this point in the spring?
Like I said, like we got a lot of guys who can play. So I mean, we like one deep, two deep. Like we got a lot of guys who can play. So it'll be very interesting this spring and fall just to see who. I mean, because we got so many guys, rotational guys who can do what I did last year. So it's gonna be real interesting because we got a lot of guys who are coming along.
What's Coach Searles meant for your development? Last year it seemed like you came a long way in kind of a short period of time. What's he meant for you?
It meant a lot. Like I said, just me and him just sitting down having one-on-one talks about like my big thing was just like not getting frustrated when I mess up, and like those small talks with him like allowed me to just go on play after play. Like I know if I mess up, I can go on to the next play, and just big for me because like just not letting that one play get you down, and that right there like goes a long way. So just like me and him having a close relationship, I can go talk to him about anything on the field, off the field. It's just he helped me grow so much.
How important is a coach in being able to kind of flush it and put the negative play behind you and moving forward, or is that just something you kind of got to come to on your own?
Really, it's just like how close, like just like building a relationship with the guy. Really, it's just like I know you. I mean, like a new guy comes in or whatever. Like I feel like you got to build that trust with that coach to like sit down and talk to him about problems and all that good stuff. So I'm fortunate that me and him got to build a relationship, so I can sit and talk to him about personal stuff, on the field stuff, off the field stuff. So that helps me a lot.
Marius, they talk about the skull sessions and the guys know each other's why. What's your why?
My why is the people back home, my family. You know what I'm saying? I promised my mom when I was 7 years old I was gonna get her a house. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wake up every morning. That's why I do what I do. Like any normal person, like if you don't have a why, you cannot play at the University of Georgia. I'm just being honest with you. You would have been unquit. Like this is a hard university to play at, and Coach Mark holds at a high standard. So I feel like if you don't have a why, then you'll break very easy.
You talk about that why, and you mentioned earlier your time has come. How much, I guess, do you relish this now? Hey, you've got your chance to prove to people here, people maybe that would draft you in the NFL, that you're a guy that could be a top draft pick.
Can you kind of repeat that question again? For me
Yeah, it was
again?
long-winded. Basically, how gratifying is it knowing that it's your time to show that you've been following Warren's footsteps, or Broderick's, Jamari's, all those guys?
It's just crazy because, like I said, like time's really flying. Like I just remember coming as a freshman, like not knowing like what basic plays were, to now fast forward 2.5 years later, like I got a chance to do what they're doing. It's just like, really for me, it's just like just seeing my progress, and I'm like, dang, like like freshman year was around the corner. Now I'm saying like I got an opportunity in front of me to do what they're doing, so it's amazing.
What were the things this spring you really wanted to focus on, the ways you wanted to get better in the spring?
Really just like going out there being a leader. Like I said, I'm not really like I'm not really a like big vocal guy like on the field, but I know that like I have like people look up to me, so I know that like if we're not doing something, I feel like just me like holding everybody else to the standard, like I say Said does or Carson does, whoever's that quarterback does, like I feel like that'll help.
Outside of Cedric, who would you say is kind of the rally guy, the vocal leader of that offensive line?
I feel like it'll be more of a Tate Ratledge, trust, you know, older guy who's been there, has experience, you know, guy who done put time in, you know what I'm saying, guy who respected, and I say it's definitely a trust and Tate. So.
You got those tight ends lined up beside you. What have you seen from Lawson Lucky through his first spring?
I've seen a lot. Like I said, as a freshman, I feel like we come in with the expectation of, like, you're a highly recruited guy. Everybody think you're gonna play, but like I said, like he's coming along pretty good, and he's doing some good stuff, and that's all I'm gonna say. He's on the right track. He's doing good.
What's Roderick Robinson bring to the running back position?
He brings a lot. You know, big, strong guy. Like I said, like it's crazy how guys are developing these days. Freshmen coming in, especially looking like him, it's amazing. Like I said, he's just like Lawson. They're like coming along good. They're gonna be fine.
Amarius, what's your relationship like with Ernest? I wondered. I had a chance to talk with him, and you guys are literally from opposite ends of the country. What is that room like when you guys are hanging?
Really, just like we all connected. Like I like me and Ernest talk every day, just about like whether that's football, not football, on the field stuff, off the field stuff. And I feel like a relationship is important with your whole line. But me and him, like I said, being from two different backgrounds, we can't really relate to some things because he's from Cali, I'm from Georgia. But we built a relationship strong, and as the season goes on, we plan to keep building that relationship stronger.
What would you say about how he came in terms of what he, again, coming from the Bosco and the NFL dad and all that stuff? Were you impressed?
I was very impressed. I looked at him and I was like, oh man, I might be in trouble when he came in. He came in pretty good. He was pretty good. He surprised me. So that's one thing I will say. They thought, like I said, they have a different style of football out in Cali than Georgia. But other than that, he came in, he surprised me.
What about Blasky? What's he kind of bringing right now?
One thing I'll say about Blasky's the most physical, like, O-line I've ever met him. O-line, like, tackle, guard, center, person I've ever met in my life. And he brings that physical edge. Like, he gonna be a guy that come to practice every day, same energy. He gonna be the guy to, like, if we're not doing something right, he gonna call us out. That's what we like, you know what I'm saying? He brings that physical edge on the O-line, so that helps us a lot, too, and the rotation that y'all were talking about.
What's your relationship like with Brock Vinegar? Because I know you guys kind of came in together. And how have you seen him kind of grow in the last couple of years?
Oh man, I've been knowing Brock now 4 or 5 years now. I met him recruiting sophomore, junior year. We done been from fishing, football, going out to eat and all that good stuff. It's crazy, like I said, like just coming in together, being like coming on business together to now like we upperclassmen. Like I said, he's grew mentally, he's grew on the field. Just amazing to me how how short amount of time, somebody can grow. And like I said, he's on the right track just like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? We're just getting better as a team.
When you took you fishing, did you catch anything?
All I'm gonna say is I beat him. That's all I'm gonna say. I caught more than he did.
Marius, did I see you get a tattoo for Dev?
Yes, sir. It's on my left bicep right here.
Yeah. Why did you want to do that?
It's just, I got it on my left bicep because Devin always plays on the left of me when he gets in the game. He's my right guard, or even like when I'm whenever he's at left guard, he's always gonna be on the left side of me. So I was like, this is a perfect spot. So whenever I'm down, you know what I'm saying, we're not doing good as O-line. We can always be like, we're doing it for him. So I can look down like, you know what, I'm doing it for Dev.
Got time for 2 more questions?
Beers, have you thought about, and I know Kirby's very one day at a time. But you guys are on the brink of maybe being the first team in the modern era of college football to three-peat. I mean, is that a motivator? Is that something you got to pinch yourself and say, man, you could do something no team's done since like 1935 or so?
I mean, just thinking about it, I mean, that would be nice, but right now we just take it one step at a time, you know what I'm saying? We just focused on doing the little things, you know what I'm saying? Then when fall comes, you know, we play how we play, you know, it'll take care of itself.
Last spring when we talked to some of the guys, they talked about how quickly the flip switched to, okay, getting ready for the next year. What was that like from this championship? You know, how quickly did it turn to, okay, we're going to get it right back to work?
I feel like with us, we do a good job of just like, okay, we won, but who cares? Like I said, it's a different year. Those guys are gone. Like I'm saying, like our identity is gonna be this team this year. So no matter what we did 2021, 2022, we're gonna be known as what we did this year. So like just basically like not basically like relying on the past to like what we're gonna do again this year. So basically just moving on, just realizing okay, we won 2 back-to-back natties, but the bigger goal is the future. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, thank you, Amarius.
Thanks, Amir.
Good job. Thank you.
Yes, sir.